Let's vibe, let's roll, let's get it. Whoa, shawty showing out, throwing on the dance floor. Fashion killer, huh? You don't give a fuck what a nigga gotta say or a bitch.
Hey guys, it's Naimahrae and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button to join the fam because we stay lit, you feels me, okay? And if you're a returning viewer, hi, how are you guys doing on this very lovely day, okay? As you guys can tell by the title of this video, it's about that time again, okay? Your girl is back with more binge-worthy TV shows. Not Netflix binge-worthy, but just binge-worthy TV shows because these are coming from Netflix, Hulu, and HBO Max. Okay, I decided to switch it up. Before I get into the video, I do want to say that if you guys want me to put all of these videos that are like this in a playlist, please let me know in the comments down below because I believe this is the fourth part that I have on my channel. I mean, they're not a series or anything, but if you just want to find the binge-worthy TV shows, videos faster, let me know if you would like them to be in a playlist. Number two, let me know if you guys enjoy these types of videos on my channel. I usually stick to lifestyle, beauty, hair, a vlog, story time, you know what I'm saying? But I be trying to throw in like random stuff here and there, and I consider these like one of the random things that I throw in. But I don't want to continue to ramble. Let's just go ahead and get into these shows, y'all, because I got some good ones for you today, okay? I do. So, starting off with my Netflix category, okay? We're gonna start with number one, which is the Winx Saga Fate. Okay, now when this show came out, a lot of people on Twitter were talking about how they were not happy with it because it wasn't colorful like how the Winx characters were in the cartoon and everything. And I'm gonna be very honest with you guys, I remember Winx when I was younger, but I don't remember it like that. I do remember it being colorful though, but I don't remember if I like watched it like that. But I actually really enjoyed the series. I do. Now, I will say it is not for like the younger crowd because it's definitely like Winx like in a more mature way. I would say it's definitely targeted to like who used to watch it when it first came out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, pretty much Winx, it's been a minute since they came out with their season, so y'all bear with me. Pretty much it's about these, are they fairies? I think they're fairies. Are they fairies? I don't know. I think they're fairies. They're some mystical creature. Okay, let's do that. They some mystical creature, and they're all at this school, and they're trying to learn how to control their powers, pretty much. And like, I mean, that's pretty much the basis of the story. Obviously, there's some underlying like twists and turns and trauma and blah 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 all in it. I just said it's been a minute since I watched the show. They're taking forever to come out with season 2, so I definitely gonna need a refresher. But I 10 out of 10 recommend this show. Now, like, I don't know why people were dragging it. If you just can't get past the colors, get over it. Because the show itself, like the storyline is good. Like, I promise you guys, it's not that bad. So I recommend it for people who are like my age. I'm 23. So people who are my age, and if you watch Winx Saga back in the day, like I say go ahead and give it a try. I liked it. It was pretty good. It's kind of like dark, mystical type. So number 2 is just very, very random. So since my boyfriend put me onto anime, I went through like a little phase of trying to find other anime shows to watch, but I also wanted to watch like something that was like not really known and something that was like short, like a shorter series, because Naruto is very, very long. And I was like, I just want to watch something short, something cute, almost like a movie, but just not really a movie, you know? So I found this show called Toradora. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Toradora? I believe that's how you say it. I don't know, but I found it and it was actually pretty good. It was pretty cute. It's pretty much about this guy. I guess his dad had passed away or whatever the case may be, and he looks just like his dad, and like he's going to school and he meets this girl who like everybody pretty much stays away from because she's just really feisty, she's really mean, and she's so short, but she's just like a firecracker. And they end up becoming like really close friends, and then it becomes like a really, really huge love circle. Not a triangle, not a square, but a circle. So it became like this really huge circle, and like it had the right amount of romance and like a little tad bit of drama in it, but it was mostly like romance. So if you're like into romantic things, I would recommend it. It is an anime. It's in English on Netflix, so you can watch it, and it's not super long. They only have 1 season. They kind of left it open to where they could have another season, but it has like a kind of a definite ending, so you won't be like, oh my gosh, they left me on a cliffhanger. You're not gonna be like that. Moving on to number 3, okay? Y'all, Okay, y'all probably heard about this one, Manifest. So Manifest was like trending on Twitter because people who were watching the show like were like pretty much petitioning for it to like not get canceled. Like it was on NBC, it got canceled, and people were like, no, you gotta bring this show back. Okay, I did not petition online because I was still watching the show midway through, and I found out it got canceled, and I was like, oh my gosh, no, why did it get canceled? But it's really good. Okay, so it's kind of like sci-fi type, but not too heavy sci-fi. So pretty much what happened, and I have to explain this to explain the show, and this, I hope it doesn't give too much away, but this is like pretty much what the basis of the show is about. So is these people, they have the choice to take this other flight because they're at the airport and they're trying to get home from Jamaica, and they have the choice to take this other flight and it'll be cheaper, right? But it's just a little bit of a later flight. So they take the flight, and I don't know if like there was a time lapse on the flight or what, but when they land and when they get back, it's like, I think it's like 5 or 10 years later, like 5 years have passed, and they're still the same, haven't aged a day, everything is still the same with them, but everybody else around them, their lives has moved on. So like they're returning to their families and they have to adjust to their new lives and everything. But then on top of the fact that the plane like did this weird 5-year thing, right? On top of that, they start having visions and stuff, like they sidekicks. They can see when bad things about to happen. They be out here saving people and stuff. But it's not like superhero type saving, y'all. It's just like, oh my gosh, like I saw this was gonna happen, so maybe I should try to prevent it before it happens. And they prevent it and they be like, oh my gosh. Like, so it's like one of those things. And I feel like I'm like very excited about it, but it was actually really, really good. And I feel like I'm not describing it in a way that sounds very intriguing to watch, but I promise you guys, if you watch it, you might like it. It has the right amount of sci-fi, right amount of drama, right amount of romance in there for you. It's a nice little mixture of everything. I'm so happy that they did get renewed for another season, and this one's actually on Netflix and Hulu, because I remember Netflix only had a certain amount of episodes. I think they only had like season 1, so I watched season 2 on Hulu. So just saying, both seasons are on Netflix now, but just saying, the show got picked up by Netflix, so I think it's going to be running on Netflix like when they finish the new season. But 10 out of 10 recommend. Good show. I think it's a good show to watch. I would say teenager and up. I feel like most of these shows are always teenager and up, but it's a good show. Nevertheless, I spent a lot of time on that one. So moving on to the next one, 4. Sex Life. Okay, so when I say Sex Life, the name of it is Sex/Life. Crystal and I binge watched this show in one day, and I didn't think I was gonna like it, but the storyline was really good. I just feel like they could have left out some of the scenes. Like, it was a lot of sex scenes, so I definitely recommend it for like a more mature audience, because it was just a lot of sex scenes. And me and Crystal at some point was like, bro, like, okay, we get it, you had great sex, whatever. But it's pretty much about this lady who, she I think she starts like writing about one of her exes. Like, she's married now, she has like kids, and she starts writing about one of her exes and how she used to be wild and free and she used to have great sex. Okay, that's pretty much what she started writing about. Her husband found the writing, right? Found it, and he tries to start acting different, and just, y'all, the whole thing was a hot mess. Okay, I don't know if they're gonna come up with another season, but it was a good series. Like, the storyline was great, y'all, because then the ex comes back, he turns up, and this happens, and I'm not gonna tell y'all the rest, because if you want to watch it, you can go watch it on Netflix, figure out what happened. But y'all, it was good. And like, at first it starts off kind of slow, not gonna lie, because Crystal and I had put it on for background noise, so like we were like going in and out of it, and then probably like around the 3rd-ish episode, like that's when we actually was like sitting there like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe she just did that. So you kind of got to give it a little bit of a chance. But once you realize what the story is about and where it's going, you're like, oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. I don't know if they're going to be renewed for another season. I will say the ending of the series was very disappointing. Like, when I say very disappointing, I mean, pissed me off, made me mad, very upsetting. But don't let that discourage you from not watching it. So number 5 is Clickbait. I had a lot of people from my job telling me like, Naimah, you should watch this, but I think at the time I was like moving, or I was like really busy, and I just couldn't get around to like watching it. But finally I watched it, y'all. That was so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I had to put it in here. Pretty much Clickbait is about this guy. He gets kidnapped and they're like holding him for ransom, and they're like, oh, like you did this and you did that, and you need to own up to what you did, or we gonna kill you, and blah 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 blah, right? And so all of his family, all of his friends, like racing to beat the clock, trying to figure out like, who kidnapped him, where's he at, like what's going on, blah 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 blah, right? And that's the best way I could describe it without giving too much of it away, because it has a really good plot twist in it. And like just the whole series is pretty much like it's kind of like a dark, mysterious vibe, but it's not too like creepy. It's like the right amount of everything, you know what I'm saying? Like the right amount of It's a limited series, so they only have a definite one season, that's it. Like you get your answers all at the end of season 1. I would recommend it for teenagers and up. It's not anything that's like too crazy, but I mean, I guess it could be kind of creepy. Like if you get creeped out by things like kind of easily, I wouldn't really recommend it for you. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna say about that, because literally, you guys, the show speaks for itself. You have to go watch it. Go watch it, and once you watch it, comment down on this video and let me know what you thought, because girl or boy or whoever, like what, like yo. Moving on to number 6. Number 6 is Squid Games. Okay, so Squid Games, my coworker actually put me onto this. I don't know if she's watching this. If you are, hey girl, you know who I'm talking about. Hey, how you doing? So me and Ty binge watched it, and y'all, look, pretty much Squid Games is about all the craziest things that you would do to get some money. I'm just gonna be honest. It's pretty much what it's about. If you want more detail with that, if you want to elaborate on that, go watch it. I do not recommend it for everybody. Definitely for mature audiences. It's very gory, like very gory. I will say it kind of gives me like Kill Bill vibes. And if you've seen Kill Bill, like you know how gory it was, but like there's blood, there's like, they don't like, it be all out there in the open. So I'm just letting y'all know, okay? But the series was really good. Like everybody was talking about it on Twitter, everybody was talking about it on TikTok, like it was all over the place. 7, The Great Pretender. So my coworker also put me onto this one. Shout outs to you, girl. It's an anime that's on Netflix. It's in Japanese and English, so even when you think like it's not in English, because it starts off in Japanese, you're gonna be sitting there like, they not speaking English, like I can't understand this. Like I promise you it's in English, but there's just different languages in it. It's pretty much about these people who are scamming people, right? And like they're pulling off big scams against bad people though. Like that's pretty much what it is. It's like they scam people, but they scam people that aren't good, you know what I'm saying? Like the people who be doing illegal activities. I recommend it for teenagers and up, because it's kind of like, I mean, it's not inappropriate, but anyways, it's a good show. There's not really much I could say about it. It has a huge plot twist at the end, and they kind of left it open for a season 2. I don't know if they're going to do a season 2. I would love if they did, but I don't know if they are. But definitely recommend this show if you are into anime. It was so good, y'all. So good. Starts off a little, like, I'm not going to lie. It starts off a little like, okay, where are we going with this? Like, what is happening? But then, like, once the ball gets rolling, you're like, that's pretty much all I have for my Netflix shows. So we're about to move on to Hulu. Number 1 that I have for Hulu is Star. Star used to come on Fox. I don't know if anybody watched it. It used to come on after Empire, and I 10 out of 10 recommend it. I had started watching it on Hulu again because I started watching Star like midway through the series when it was coming on Fox. So I decided to go back and watch all the episodes that I pretty much missed. And that was pretty much it. Like after that, I didn't really watch it again because I don't know, I don't like rewatching stuff if I just recently have seen it. You know, it has to be like a long period of time that went by. But that's besides the point. Star is pretty much about this girl who wants to be a singer. She had a really rough upbringing. She ends up in this girl group with her friends and her sister. Well, it's her friend and her sister, and they just go through the music industry, and that's pretty much what it is. The music industry, you know, love, sex, lies, all of that. Very, very much drama. You know what I'm saying? I guess it could be for teenagers and up. Definitely teenagers and up. It's a good show. There's not really much to say about it. They ended the series on a cliffhanger. Like, that was it. It's not coming back. I wanted them to at least do like a what happened to them type season, like a limited series or something, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. A lot of people were very upset when it got canceled, but it was a good show. I recommend it if you just want something to watch because it'll keep you occupied for a minute. Because I don't know how many seasons they have, but they kind of got a lot of episodes. So, yeah, you go do that. Go do that. Oh, I will give you guys a fair warning that it is a little cringy sometimes when they just randomly start singing in the middle of the show, because it's like, hey, bro, like, is this a musical or is this just like a drama TV thing? Like, what is happening? Because, like, some of the musical segments, I was just looking like, okay. But other than that, I recommend the show. It's a good show. Moving on to number 2 for Hulu. You get me? Okay. Number 2 is Naruto Shippuden. I mentioned this in my last Netflix binge-worthy show video. I'll link it up at the top. This is pretty much just a continuation of Naruto, like the young one, but this is pretty much him as a teenager, and it's literally the same concept. It just follows him being a ninja. That's all I could say without giving away like specific details on the story. But if you watch my last one, you know what Naruto is about. I like it. I have not finished it because it is very, 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 very long. Okay, have not finished it. It's not in English. I'm sure you could find it in English on an anime website or an app. I know one, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. I can't think of the name, so I'm sorry guys, but you can find it there in English. On Hulu, it's not in English, so captions on. So number 3 for Hulu is Cool Summer. So this came out last year. I saw the ad for it on my Twitter. I was like, this seems kind of interesting. So I decided to tune into it, right? And y'all, the show was fire. Okay, so let me tell y'all what it's about. So pretty much it's this girl, like, I don't know, when is this? I think it's set in like the 90s. So it's pretty much about this girl. She gets kidnapped, right? And like, she swears up and down that this one girl saw her and didn't help her at all, and blah, blah, blah. And y'all, look, that's all I'm gonna leave it at, because there was a lot of major plot twists and turns up in there. It just got crazy. Y'all need to go watch it. They got renewed for season 2, so I'm very excited because they left us on, it wasn't a cliffhanger, but it was one of those moments that was just like, oh my gosh. But I definitely recommend it. It's a good like drama, kind of like, it's not really a mystery, but it's kind of like more so a drama. I would recommend it for teenagers and up, just because like the nature of it can get a little, it can get kind of creepy, but it's not anything that's like too crazy. It does have a trigger warning in it, but they put the trigger warning in the show like before the episode starts, so you can choose to proceed from there with that information on with whatever you want to do with that. But yeah, 10 out of 10 recommend. And the last one for HBO Max that I have, and for the rest of this video, is Gossip Girl. So I watched the original Gossip Girl, which I have put in one of these Netflix binge-worthy shows because the whole series was on Netflix. I don't know if it's still in there now, but I decided to watch the reboot that they have. And so far, because I haven't finished it yet, I think I have like 2 more episodes. So far, I like it. It starts off kind of slow. I don't recommend that you go in like expecting to see Blair and Chuck and like all the same characters, because you're not. It's not that type of reboot. It's literally just like Gossip Girl in a new day and age. That's literally like the whole description of the show. If you know what the original was about, then you know like how it goes, but it's pretty much the same concept. I will say though, I have a few things to say about this show. So far I've noticed that some of the acting is not good. Some of the acting is not good. So if you're gonna watch it and you're one of those people who's really into acting, you just gotta look past it or just don't watch it. 2, they also seem like, I don't know if they were rushing when they filmed the show, but they have a lot of like flaws in it. And by flaws, like, I mean like movie or show flaws where like something happens but it wasn't supposed to happen, or something happens and it doesn't make sense because something else just happened. So there's kind of a lot of that in there too, but overall it's still a pretty good show. I recommend it. So far, I don't know if they got renewed for a season 2. I would be interested in seeing a season 2. Hopefully it would be better and a lot less like not rushed, because it just seemed like this one was very rushed. It has some twisted turns in it, y'all. It has a lot of twisted turns in it, but if you know what the original Gossip Girl was like, that's nothing surprising. Oh, and this one is also weird because we start off the series knowing who Gossip Girl is. I recommend it. Teenagers and up, obviously. Only please, teenagers and up, do not let your little kids watch this, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. Anyways, but that's pretty much it for all the binge-worthy TV shows that I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media, which is always in the description box down below. And yeah, let me know if you guys like seeing videos like this, or if you don't like seeing videos like this. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
I want a chick that grind on a 9 to 5. Oh, she in them college books trying to get a rise. But tonight, I'm just trying to have a good time.